Hello everybody, Dan Swinsko here to help all of you that have suddenly become runners during the COVID crisis. First of all, you have to smile through this. Can't say virus without you and I. We're here together. So, you've been running, something hurts, and you've been texting and messaging me, so I'm just gonna put a blanket statement out there that a lot of you are running now more than you're used to, and your body may not have been used to it. So here's a few tips that just require you in an empty room. We can have more tips that involve if you own a weight, but so many of you are just empty-handed right now. We're gonna go empty-handed with our recovery, okay? First thing first, what I'm gonna show you is to help many of you with the knee pain, hip pain, foot pain, shin pain. I have no way of diagnosing you, I have no way of assessing you, but the way you can get around that is just recognize as a runner, you need to own single leg stance because you do it over and over and over again. And most runners don't. If I told you would it be easy to do about 1,700 single leg squats, you'd probably say no, but you're gonna go out and do that when you run about a mile. And if you're not used to doing a bunch of single leg stuff, and I'm sure you're not, then you're not well prepared to handle the load of running, which is roughly 3 times body weight every time your foot hits the ground. So the forces are high and you're not used to it and suddenly you're doing it because you're going crazy because you're stuck in your house, more or less. So here's your way to help. First of all, let's just start with the ability of this. Can you stand on one leg? If you can stand on one leg and have a pretty stable level pelvis and a quiet position with your body, meaning not this, not that, not now I'm ready, none of that. Just stand on 2 feet, pick up one, and have your body be quiet. If that's you, you're doing fine. If that's not you, these next exercises are definitely for you. So you can think of them as rehab stuff or something to do as a warm-up because you're probably not warming up either and you really probably should, okay? So let's take it to the ground. We're gonna get into this, what's called half kneeling position. If kneeling on the ground is uncomfortable, get a pad. The width of your stance dictates the challenge, just like the size of a dumbbell dictates the challenge. If this is wobbly to you, it's probably where you want to train. If this is easy, you got to get narrower, right? With the idea of eventually being online, okay? If you can do this, but the wiggles are there and the wiggles are small, you're in the sweet spot. If you're out like this, you have to widen up. I don't care that you're not falling, I just care that you're failing. And as far as your body is concerned, you just put yourself in a fight or flight position. You can't motor learn that way, and that's all we're doing here. So find the width of your stance where wiggles are tiny. You can feel them, but not see them across the room. Now, just hold there. So the first thing is just be. Now close one eye and hang out there for a while. Then switch eyes. Hang out there for a while. That allows you to figure out how to balance without visual input. Now we're going to change it. We're going to give you additional things to work on with the assist maybe of my dog. Hello, Rocky. Guess what time it is? So we are going to now turn our head. And this gives your brain additional information to have to figure out, even though your eyes are open. Then combine them. Close one eye and then close the other eye. If that gets pretty easy and you're on a line, you see I'm not quite on a line, so I want to be able to do it here and look just as good as I just did. And if I can do that, then you need to increase your challenge. So now I'm going to come up into what's referred to as a split stance, or basically like I'm walking a tightrope. So now I'm here, and I'll just go through the same stuff. So I'll just close one eye, and then the other eye, and then pet my dog who's going a little crazy. Turn my head, and then close one eye and turn my head, and so on. When I get good at that, then I'm gonna go up into the single leg stance. And I'm gonna stand on one leg, and I'm probably gonna get hit by his toy. Then I'm gonna close one eye, and then my other eye, and then the head turns, and so on. Take yourself through that progression. It's a nice challenge. You're interrupting my baby, but you're very cute. It's probably better with him in it. So anyway, there's our balance stuff. Now we're gonna do some single leg stuff. Single leg stuff's gonna start on the ground with a single leg bridge. When you bridge, your arms are assist. Have them in the air, or here, or here. This is easiest, this is in the middle, this is hardest. If we go to single leg bridge, we wanna think about driving our foot through the ground such that it elevates our body. Just like so. If there's cramping or discomfort, then use your lateral stabilizer bars and give yourself a break. Go to there or there. So if I'm starting out, hello baby. If I'm starting out, my arms are here, intermediate, more advanced. If that's easy for you, you need something more challenging. You are an adorable pest. Just use a chair and with your chair, you're gonna stand on one leg, get the balance we were talking about a moment ago, and then just try and sit down softly. I have people stand up with 2, sit down with 1. Stand up with 2, sit down with 1. When that gets easy, then you blend it in. So that was not a great rep, not bad. Just like so. And that'll get you started towards some single leg strength, okay? Easy to do. None of this is dynamic, however, so we're gonna speed that up a little bit with some bounding. So I'm gonna get the chair out of the way. And bounding means I'm gonna stand on one leg, take off from that leg, and land on the other. That's bounding. I call it bounding with a stick, meaning stick the landing. Just like, boop, that. Not a great rep. Better rep. And of course you do it both, taking off from one, landing on the other. Now it's a 3-dimensional world out there, so that was one plane of motion. I have to do others. So now if I stand over here and I bound to this side, I'm challenging myself differently, and I'm not gonna take off and go the other way until I really own this side. People who are off balance are eager to turn them into something dynamic because they never have to truly stabilize. That's what we're trying to do right now. So it's not to say that this isn't an okay exercise, it just provides different movement qualities than what we're trying to train right now. So own this, come over to the other side, wait till you own it, come over to the other side. You can make them as big as you feel you need to. If this is a warm-up, I wouldn't make them too big. If you're looking to train, make them as big as you can control. So now we got the forward-backward plane, side-to-side plane. Now we need a rotational plane. So with the rotational plane, I'm gonna start here and come here. Didn't quite stick that landing. The idea is that when this foot hits the ground, you're gonna feel you have rotational momentum that you have to control. Every time your arch drops with every footstep, you have a semblance of that. This is just emphasizing it for your training. So I'm gonna be here, wait till I own it, and then I got it, and now I've earned the right to do another rep. Here I am, come over there, own it, and of course I go both directions. People always ask, how many do I do? I don't know. Just do as many as it takes, I tell people, to be pleasantly tired. We're not trying to max out your ability here. We're trying to connect your nervous system to your leg to help you control your body in all 3 planes of motion while on one leg because you decided you wanted to run, right? So with those things in mind, those should be a great way to help you going. Use them as a warm-up if everything feels good, and if everything's not going good, find the ones that are challenging to you and do more of them. Have any more questions? 2 options. Leave me a message and I'll address what your question is, or hit up my YouTube channel. There's a lot of content there similar to this.